Hey sports bettors, happy Monday, April 8th. My name is Boyd. I teach beginner and struggling sports bettors how to use a rule-based or a range-based quantitative analysis to find positive EV bets and profit making money in sports betting. It's awesome. We use the odds jam tools here on a daily basis. The videos here, if you haven't joined the channel, seen the channel, are to help you understand how to hunt and how to identify these wagers so you mathematically can profit in all the markets over and over again in all the seasons. So let's take a look. Also, as a reminder for those that are just joining the channel, go to boyddavis.com, have personal kind of one-on-one consultation to help you expedite your betting education. We actually break it down into various sections for teaching you how to hunt and use the tools. If you don't have the tools, you definitely have to have it. You can get signed up at OddsJam. It's going to save you 20% off your first 2 months of any of the new packages as a new user. So make sure you hit the links and go get that done to have the tools. I help you with the education and the setup, sort of the profit plan. So if you're interested in all that, say, go to the website, check it out, and then let me know, hey, let's get a time set up to do kind of a one-on-one conference call. So try to provide all that for you with the foundation of education and also the strategy and the methods and everything to help you really get out of the gate and up and running very, very quickly. All right, guys, here we go. We're at the positive EV page. Got a bet here I really like, and this is the Trey Turner over half player runs. If you look at this, you're going to see that this minus 115 is a very, very big outlier price right in here compared to minus 150, minus 145, Caesars minus 145. Even open it up again, and you can see this minus 115 at FanDuel seems to be a glitch or an outlier. So went ahead and snagged it, went ahead and jumped on it. Is better than the OddsJam perfect line price here. And again, just seemingly, obviously, very, very much a standout along with these knuckleheads. So anytime this is the case, you're going to jump on this very, very quickly. All right, guys. So again, this video and channel are basically to help you understand how to use the tools and how to hunt on your own. And so when you develop rules-based selections and quantitative selections and having some range, you'll decide what you want to do relative to odds. And I typically don't go above the minus 150, minus 160 for sure. Certainly don't get into this minus 275 plus 252. It's just not my style, but you can certainly do this in the settings. You can put the filters in here, and you can do all the different notifications to give you the exact parameters of what you're hunting for. So in my case, if I'm hunting for things above 1.5% or 2% positive EV, if I want to keep my market width at a certain level, or if I want to have a particular bet type at a particular day, maybe I want to get on mainline bets early in the day and look at some of the player props late in the day. You can do whatever you want here in the settings. So the other, again, give you a handful of picks here. You can see there's plenty to choose from. So for me to give you 1, 2, or 3, 4 is fine. But I want to show you the main thing of how to use the information to hunt for yourself. I also want to jump over to the low hold page, and we'll talk about that. So again, I find the low hold page very, very valuable in that you can get as close to the zero area here with the pricing, say minus 145. If this was plus 145, this percent edge would be right at zero. You can see there's a tiny difference in price. There's a tiny difference in this percent edge. But what I really like about this tool is that you can identify a market-making sports book with a public sports book at a price that I'm hunting for. So, for example, if I'm looking for, say, things, well, this would be a bad example because this is Bet Online, which is an odds-making book versus Pinnacle. So, although this is the price point I'm looking for, the minus 120, minus 130 range, this fits it perfectly. Nice little edge here, fits it perfectly. But what I don't want to do is get I don't want to have to guess typically on two market-making sports books on which price side I want to go with. Now, typically I would go with Pinnacle on something like this relative to it being a mainline bet, money line bet. This would be on the Astros. I would check the charts and kind of see what direction they're going. But you can see here they're going the other way. Minus 134 down to a minus 129. So that tells me that's not the side they want. It tells me that they're trying to get more money on this side because they're getting money coming in on this side. So this plus 19 seems to be the side, or seems to be the play here with the Texas Rangers in a small dog price. That's how I would go about reading that chart. So again, you come back over here and say, well, I can get this at plus 124 at circa. Again, you have a very public sports book mispriced here, seemingly at plus 123, and a little bit of FanDuel plus 120 at BetDSI. So there's some opportunities there. That's how I would read that chart and identify where I'd want to go with my particular wager in that situation. So I'd be playing the Texas Rangers as a small dog. But again, I just don't like the fact that it's competing against Pinnacle and getting those two involved. But open this one up here, Diamondbacks Rockies, similar, same thing. You're going to see here the market making sportsbook of Pinnacles minus 178. Let's see which direction their charts are kind of going that direction. Minus 167. So yeah, you've got this would can seemingly say playing on the Diamondbacks to be the way to go. Seems like a no-brainer, especially against the Rockies, for crying out loud. But the best price is at minus 167, so it's a little bit steep and out of my range of what I prefer to dip into relative to pricing. So just using this tool, using low hold in addition to positive EV, and we haven't even looked at the odds screen yet, where you see plenty of opportunities and plenty of value there. So this is what you do: you hunt and you use your heuristics, you use your disciplines to identify where you want to be. And where you don't want to be on these. We'll open this one up here. This is an under 9.5 total runs with the Rangers Astros, opening up really slowly. You can see the minus 120 price at BetMGM. You got a little bit of everywhere, so it's not really an outlier price. So that's kind of something I would consider. It's not an outlier. It's not a solo. There's plenty others with it. And sometimes when Pinnacle does this, they have a cliff dive and they just slowly bleed into it. That can mean good and bad. That can mean that, yeah, they are getting more money on this underside, which is great for this play at minus 120 with BetMGM. But what I'm not quite sold there yet, or want to jump in wholeheartedly, is because it's not a total outlier, right? It's one of many. And so that's another, indicator that I kind of like to see, an outlier price that maybe there was a stale line that they just didn't get, and you can jump on that. So again, this is the, low hold page here with the positive EV pages and all the tools here on the left hand side. Let's take a look at the odds screen. So here's the odds screen for MLB at OddsJam. You can take a look at you can take a look at the markets from yesterday and use the results here. You can go back and check out pricing at these different events and kind of learn something from how the charts and how things looked with the markets and the different prices here. I think it's a very big help to go back and just kind of do a little homework to say, wow, this is kind of what's going on, this is what happened, and use this as a tool to use for homework and for your other future picks. So this is yesterday. Again, you can go back and look up the charts and do some homework on the previous day to kind of check out some momentum in the pricing. But here we're going to slip over to today. It's Monday. And Monday's charts show you the MLB schedule for today. So you have best odds. This is on main markets. So minus 1.5 is the run line. Run line in baseball, sort of like the point spread. So if you bet this minus 1.5, you would get plus 188 odds, which is awesome. But the Reds would have to win by 2 runs or more to cover that 1.5 point run line spread. So if you just wanted to bet the money line, you could go up here to the money line markets. All the markets are here. If you do the drop down here, you're going to see that there is all the player props, all the different individual innings, totals. All the markets are right in here. It's insane amount of data and information that you can tap into. But again, I'm on the mainline screen here with the MLB of just the money line. So these are going to populate, and then you can see also they turn green and red. They have different pricing changes. And so certainly the red is going, in a positive direction for a play you might have. The green, the pricing is getting a little bit worse. So it's just helpful to know the timing. Also, this was 21 seconds ago. And so it went from plus 117 to plus 118. So, as you see the charts move a lot more, you can determine how much and how quick and maybe what's going on as far as the reasoning of why the charts are going crazy. A couple of exchanges here in Colorado. You have Sport Trade and Novig. I highly recommend, if you're a Colorado sports bettor, you get those signed up, and I'm going to leave the links for you down below, and also here in the video you can do the QR codes. Get yourself signed up. It's awesome to use day trading tools and sports betting tools that have commission free and no limits. It's outstanding. It's a growing thing, so I would again recommend that. Again, using this tool, though, to check out the different markets, check out the different pricing directions. Lastly, you can jump in here and you can see which direction each individual sportsbook is going with the pricing over here to the right. So you can see a quick chart here that, when it first opened up 13 hours ago, it was at minus 155, and they are currently at the 143, so it's gone down. It's gone down this direction, which is favorable, again, believe it or not, for the Marlins. But that's all up to you to determine how you want to read and what charts you want to pull up for which sports book to get direction. You do certainly the OddsJam perfect line here to get the direction of that information, which is doing a very similar thing than what Pinnacle did. So you can see here they've had a little bit of a dip and then a buyback here this direction. So that tells me that this Marlins play is sneaky. Maybe you do them with the run line plus 1.5. Maybe you do them just again. It's hard to go with the one win Marlins against the New York friggin' Yankees, but especially with that price only being that low. But something interesting or fishy about this, because you see this chart's just it's not going the direction you would anticipate on a heavily priced Yankees game. So that's how you use it. This is what you do. You use this tool to help you stay in or out of bets you might want to be in or out of, and helps you identify what the market's doing. Certainly the massive market's way smarter than each individual. All right, guys, there you go. There's a couple of picks, couple of selections, because you can see there is a ton of information and a ton of picks to go through, as we do on a daily basis. That's sort of the tip of the iceberg. And again, to hand out 3, 4, 5 picks, that's nothing. We're doing 15, 20, 25, 30 selections in each day, depending on the slate of games. So you need the tools for yourself. You need the education for yourself. So again, you can stop by boyddavis.com, get started in the consultation, the education, help yourself really get up to date on how to use the markets as a tool when you're betting the markets and not the book. So you really have a lot to learn if you are struggling or just getting started and don't want to, have the hours and hours and thousands of dollars lost. You can really jump ahead of the curve here and get that done. So appreciate you stopping by. If you have any questions or have any other topics you want me to cover here, let me know down below. And as always, let's go make some mathematical money.